Can I do an emote? Kaboom! What? Hey, what's up guys, it's me, King Epic here, and today I'm bringing you a brand new video. So I've been up since 4:35 a.m. and I got the patch downloaded and everything, and I'm very disappointed with this patch. I'm going to tell you some good things about the patch, and then you're going to hear some bad things. I'm going to go over the patch notes while going over some of the bad things, but yeah, I want to make this video not as quick, but I want to just go over some brief things really fast, and then I'm going to go over some things that are secretly in the patch notes that are not in the patch notes, if you get what I mean. There's some stuff that aren't in the patch notes but are in the game. Anyways, they added the blast on crate. Crate is a nice map. So I haven't actually been able to try crate and blast on it. I haven't been able to try blast on crate yet, sadly, but I think I've heard from other people that it's actually really nice, it's beautiful, which is good. It's good to hear. Sometimes I play blast. I don't play blast all the time, but yeah. Item Versio's TIE fighter. It costs 5,000 credits. I haven't unlocked it yet because I don't even have 5,000 credits because I've been opening up crates, but it's something new to the game. I appreciate them adding something. If you guys want to go over the the abilities and the star cards there, I'm not going to go over it because I personally don't think it's that important because I don't play Starfighter Assault that much. But that's something new, and they also have milestones. Now we have heroes. We're gonna go up to the heroes. Okay, so I'm gonna go over Finn. Finn has reduced base damage of his EL16 from 65 to 45. So I've tested this in game. It does have a reduction. You don't get to kill people as fast, but personally, you can still kill people. It's still pretty decent. They reduced the time before heat cooldown kicks in from 3.5 to 1.5 seconds, and they have reduced the damage of each Deadeye shot from 40 to 30. So that 10 extra damage actually does make it does make a medium difference. I will say that. You could still kill people a lot with Deadshot, but not as as fast, I could say. Phasma got a buff. I will say this: Phasma got a buff, but they did not fix her staff. Now Phasma they reduced the heat generated per shot for her F11D, and also so now that it shoots longer, the blaster sounds different. It doesn't sound like the blaster from the last patch, and it also okay, if you guys remembered with Phasma, her last patch, her blaster used to it had like a little CR2 recoil in the beginning, and then it would turn into like a laser beam. Now, after the first or second blaster shot, it becomes a laser beam. It's crazy. I'm going to try and make sure I get gameplay from before and after so I can show you guys how crazy it is that her blaster is actually... It becomes a laser beam. It kills, it shreds now. And I think personally Phasma is even better than Boba Fett and maybe even Bosk. Bosk is OP because of the fact that he could regen all his health. But Phasma herself has just become really great, and I feel like if they fix her staff, she could become an amazing hero. Lando, they fixed the bug where maximized efficiency was not properly granting cooldown reduction. I personally don't use that card, so I don't know if that bug is fixed or not. I feel like he still has a bug that when you hit the gold bar on overheating, it just instantly zooms, and you're just like, how am I supposed to even use the gold bar? It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, Boba Fett, guys, the second patch in a row where Boba Fett has been nerfed. They kind of nerfed him to the ground. So they reduced the damage per rocket of Rocket Barrage from 90 to 78. That's a huge amount for Rocket Barrage. I tested it. I was testing it against heroes. You can tell there's a difference. They reduced the inner and outer damage for Rocket Barrage. For inner damage, it goes from 2 to 1.5 meters, and for outer, it goes from 4 to 3 meters. So what this does is basically it doesn't let you do such a huge amount, like huge AoE damage, but I I will say this: when you're using his rocket barrage, it kind of turns into a laser beam. I remember when I was in mid sky and I was shooting my barrage, it would go crazy. This time, it actually goes exactly where you're aiming, and I think that's the best thing about this. That now when you're using your rocket barrage, it goes exactly where you want it, rather than going and spreading everywhere, and you're just like, oh, I just missed all my rockets and didn't hit what I wanted to hit. That's the thing about that. So kind of Boba Fett is not a really great hero right now because of the fact that his rocket barrage and his EE3 is still not doing as much damage and stuff as it did before. If you're really skilled with Boba Fett, you can still do it, but rocket barrage is lower in damage, and you get, I'm sorry, I've noticed you get hit in the sky by like an ion turret and you instantly like fly all the way down. It's kind of stupid. They should make it where you don't, unless it's like maybe a Wookiee warrior shooting you with a bowcaster or something like that, or a hero shot you, yeah, you fall. But as Boba Fett, you get hit by anything and you just instantly just drop to the ground. It's kind of stupid. Classes and special units. Okay, I'm gonna summarize this for you guys. The Wookiee warrior still feels the same. The only thing that they really did, that you can really tell the differences, is that with the Wookiee warrior, the bowcaster does heat up really fast, but everything else does seem a little bit different. I mean, a little bit the same. You can still two-shot people. This damage against heroes is still a good amount, and everything else is about the same for that. That's the Wookiee warrior. Specialists. They reduced the size of the scope glint. So there was three things about here about glint, and well, two things. Sorry, two things about glint. Doesn't really matter. I was able to shoot anybody, no matter if they had glint or not. They reduced heat per shot for the following weapons: the Vulcan, the E5, the DLT, the DLT-19, all the default blasters for the snipers. Basically, all the default blasters have reduced heat. I'm sorry, but you use the IQ8 or you use the NC2 for 2. Unless you're in the beginning of the game, you're level 1, you use the regular blasters like that, you get to the second sniper, and that's it. You're done. You don't have to worry about ever using the default blasters again. Unless you like the way it looks. I like the way that the E5 looks and some of the snipers. But yeah. They increased the burst per minute of all infiltration variants from 100 to 130. So you can now shoot faster when using infiltration with all the infiltration variants, which is nice. I say that. Biggest... Bye. Alright. So the biggest part about heavy... Supercharged Sentry is dead, guys. I'm going to show you a test later in another video. The Supercharged Sentry only lasts 5 seconds now. It says right here, increased heat per shot for Supercharged Sentry from 0.015 to 0.017. It can only last 5 seconds. You can no longer take out vehicles as... Like, it's no longer good against vehicles, basically, because it barely lasts. Against trooper as well, you could still kill people, but you can only kill 1 or 2 people now, unless they're like right next to each other and they're clumped up. And it's not good against heroes because it lasts barely anything. Also, they reduced the AoE of Supercharged and Explosive Sentry. Now, the thing is, guys, I'm a heavy main. I'm not saying I'm gonna stop playing heavy, but Supercharged Sentry is low-key dead because I was playing and couldn't really do anything with it. You couldn't even play the objective with it. I know a lot of people are like, yes, Supercharged Sentry is gone, but the Supercharged Sentry is like a main thing for the class. Like, that's what makes the class even better than what it is. I can still get kills with the blaster. I can still use my shield and everything, but still, guys, the fact that you can't use the Supercharged Sentry for more than 5 seconds is kind of crazy. It really is. And I'm going to show you the test later from before and after. You're going to see a huge difference, and you're going to be like, all right, maybe that's a little too much. I know everybody's going to be happy that they didn't die. They're not going to die from a Supercharged Sentry all the time. Personally, I didn't get killed by a Supercharged Sentry all the time because I was actually smart enough not to get killed by it. And when I was playing as a hero, it was the one thing that could actually counter me, and maybe a Vanguard and some other stuff. But that's what maybe a Supercharged Sentry is made for. Personally, Superstar Sentry is dead, guys. I'm sorry. I will probably try and find a way around it. I'll let you guys know later. Anyways, Officer. They reduce the explosive damage when turret is destroyed by blaster fire from 150 to 25. That's good. You know, you can't get killed by a turret 24/7, but, you know, who knows. You might, you know, still do a little bug where you still get killed by it. For the weapons. Breakdown of the weapons. The CR2 did not get nerfed. It got nerfed medium range. It got nerfed in the start damage and end damage. Guys, people are still using the CR2 like it's nothing. I'm still getting killed by the CR2 like crazy. It's fine. The CR2 is fine. Didn't get nerfed to the ground, which is fine. But this little nerf, it was only at medium range, in my opinion. Barrage did get a buff. Barrage got a buff. Inner blast radius from 3.25 to 2 meters. Well, they reduced the inner blast radius, and they increased the outer blast radius from 5 to 6 meters. And this is really cool. They increased the explosive damage from 55. This is a huge jump. To 100. That's, jeez, that's a lot. You can kill a specialist now in one shot. Give me 1 second. Okay, the Blurg. I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. The Blurg has become the most used officer gun again. I didn't see the Blurg being used as much until I jumped into the game, and there was 10 officers on the enemy team, all using the Blurg. They just, none of them had explosive mod on it. So the explosive mod, I think it is dead. It doesn't do as much damage as it did before. But everyone was using improved burst and improved cooling. Everyone. So imagine 10 officers running around, boosting each other. Just, you know, mind you, some of these guys, I was shooting them. They would turn around and look at me, and I'll be able to kill them. But he had a blurg in his hand. I'm just like, you could have killed me, dude. I'm getting one-shotted with the blurg still. How? If you guys want, you can watch my live stream. I was still getting killed by the blurg like it was nothing. Blurg did not get nerfed at all, except for the explosive sentry. I mean, the explosive shot. So yeah. Trip mine. One good thing about the trip mine is they went from 1 to 2. So you can now use 2 trip mines, and now after you die, it actually lasts for 15 seconds, which is really nice. And the general bugs, I'm sorry guys, nothing really happened there. It's general bugs that really don't matter. Now I'm going to talk about some things that actually did happen in the patch that weren't on patch notes. So we have a night map in Tatooine. It's beautiful. I can't wait to show you guys. It is amazing. It is, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. We also did get we got some challenge nerfs. So if you want to see what I mean by this, challenge nerfs. So I'm going to tell you right here. I'm going to look at the stats over here on my screen. So now instead of getting 500 kills to get the last blaster, it is 400. That's good for some players. I know some players really want the last blaster, so that's good. You can, you know, I know some people struggle with the specialist, or they want the TL50. You can now get those blasters for only 500, for only 400 kills rather than 500. Now, this is a really great thing. The attachments on guns have been reduced. So instead of 50 kills for the first attachment, it is now 25. For the second attachment, it is now 75 instead of 150. And for the third attachment, instead of it's 250, it's 150. That's great news for everybody that's still trying to get attachments, still trying to get guns. Go for it right now. This is the moment, unless they decide to increase it. That'd be crazy. But they did reduce that. One bad thing that really did come to this patch is the fact that everyone is now epic level. If you're questioning what I mean by that, assault heavy, officer, and specialist. Before, you had to get to level 50 in order to be purple. I have like a little purple icon. Now you have to be level 25 with the class in order for it to be purple. I was in the game and I saw everyone purple. I was like, so this man's level 25 and he's purple? What? Everyone's purple. Enforcer and Aerial, now to get purple, you have to be level 10 with them. For heroes, instead of it being level 25, it is now level 20. So now everybody's purple heroes, purple classes, and purple Enforcer and Aerial. So that's something I personally didn't like about, the patch is that, some people work hard to actually, grind their crafting parts, grind, the cards to get them leveled up. And now you could just be level 25 and don't even have to worry about it. That's what kind of annoys me. I wish they may have added like another color, maybe gold. Gold would be nice. I know I was talking to my friend, he was like, yo, gold would be really nice color to add. They didn't add gold. Also, just for you guys to know, the TIE Fighter, Iden TIE Fighter, is now 5,000 credits instead of, it being free. It's 5,000 credits. Okay, that's really it about the patch. Other heroes are just, the same. Phasma had a big change. Finn, you can't kill as fast as with him. Boba Fett, nerfed again. And Palpatine is still the same, so don't worry about Palpatine. And also, I almost forgot, Kylo Ren did get a little mini buff on his freeze. His freeze does last longer now. So, be happy Kylo Ren uses that, you freeze and now they stay frozen longer. Alright? I personally don't use Kylo Ren, so that's why I'm just like, yeah. Woo! But that's about it, guys. Nobody else really got any buffs or anything. And yeah, so I will show you guys comparisons later in videos in arcade mode, and I'll show you guys the Tatooine night map. It is beautiful, and hopefully whenever I get crate on blast, I will show you some crate gameplay as well. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm sorry that this was such a long video, but I was talking about the patch and everything that secretly was in the game that's not on the patch. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Stay tuned in for my videos later. There's gonna be a lot of videos coming out later about this patch, and just enjoy. I hope. If you actually if you found anything in the patch that is not in the patch notes, let me know in the comment section below, so I will figure things out. I'll be like, wow, I'll test it out or something like that. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Peace out, deuces. Have a good one, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you can. Peace. Have a good one.